Are you seriously doing yard work right now? Like, can you do it some other time? Okay, I'm sorry about the background noise. Should I wait? Like, I don't know what to do. You know what? Let's start over. Okay, to start off, I think it's really important to make this disclaimer. I just want to warn anyone who may have an eating disorder or are recovering from one. While I'm not specifically talking about eating disorders, I don't want what I say to influence anyone or to hurt anyone or to lead anyone down a negative path. So if you think this might be you, please click away. I won't be offended. Your safety is my utmost concern. Now, this isn't going to be a normal weight loss tips video because I want to be honest and authentic and come out and say I didn't lose this weight in the healthiest way. For a stretch of time, pounds were just falling off and I was concerning the people around me and I didn't know why it was happening. But after staying a stable weight for a while now and reflecting on the time I was losing weight, I think I've come up with some reasons, and so I'm here to tell you what happened and how you can use it in a healthy way. And the lighting just changed very drastically, I feel. So excuse that. So I've never been overweight, though I dislike that term, and I've never been super skinny either. I feel like I was the epitome of average. And I won't go into depth about my specific insecurities or stories because I don't want this video to be an hour long, but like most people, I was insecure and unhappy with the way I looked. I want to make it clear that a number on a scale does not indicate how healthy you are or even the way you look. That number is made up of muscle, fat, bones, and unless you do in-depth testing in like a lab, you don't know what's what. Everyone is different and that number doesn't tell you squat, but for point of reference and to tell you just how unhealthy my weight loss was, at my heaviest I was 139 pounds. I'm 5'3", by the way, 5'3"-ish. I was 139 pounds, and within months, I dropped down to 118. So that's not normal. So here are the reasons why I think it happened and what I want you to take from it. First of all, I deal with a lot of mental health issues. Who doesn't, am I right? But I'm the type of person that when I'm in a particularly stressful time in my life, I don't get hungry. I essentially just forget to eat. I'm not lying. Like, it got to a point where my mom would come home and one of the first things she'd ask me is what I ate during the day. Now this may work short term, but as time goes on, not eating will actually lead your body to gain weight. It's not a sustainable or healthy way to go about eating. Not to mention, letting your blood sugar go on a roller coaster like that wreaks havoc on your body, and research actually suggests that it can lead to you becoming more depressed and anxious. So because I know this about myself, I schedule in times to eat. I actually used to write it on my to-do list. Whatever could help me remember to eat regular meals. Now that I'm back to work and I have a pretty regular schedule, I have my routine where I have regular times to eat, so I don't go too long without eating a meal. It's so important to have regular meals, so if you have to schedule it in, do it. As I said before, sometimes I just don't get hungry, but I do experience low blood sugar. I think that is what I'm experiencing when I experience this. Nausea, dizziness, headache. So when I feel that way, I cannot go another 5 minutes without eating. I just grab anything to satisfy my hunger, even if it's unhealthy. So that's another reason why having regular, filling, nutritious meals is so important. Another reason I think I lost weight is I stopped hanging out with friends as much. That sounds so sad, but hear me out. In high school, I used to hang out with friends all the time, and 9 times out of 10, we would go out to eat. We would get In-N-Out or ice cream or boba. Not the healthiest things. But after my friends moved away to college, I don't go out as much. And that not only helps me stay healthy, but it also saves my bank account. But if you do have friends and you do hang out with them, why is this turning into a pity party for me about how I don't have friends to hang out with? That's not my intention. This is just what I deal with. But if you do hang out with friends regularly, maybe suggest doing something different. Go thrifting, go to the park, or just hang out at each other's houses and catch up over a cup of tea. Be healthy and save money, which is what I think a lot of people want anyways, especially to save money, but aren't necessarily comfortable in mentioning it. So be the one to break the ice. Furthermore, my relationship with food changed a lot, and not for weight reasons, but for health reasons. If you don't know, I have PCOS. PCOS? I have PCOS. Yeah, that's what I have. If you didn't know, I have PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome. It affects 1 in 10 women, and I'm thinking about making a video on it, but essentially there are a lot of things wrong with my body. And more women with PCOS are coming out and saying that the food they eat affects their symptoms. So if they cut out things like dairy, sugar, simple carbs, their symptoms get better. Now, everyone is different, but for me personally, I know I have a lot of inflammation in my body. Example being the acne I have. And it flares up when I have things like dairy and processed sugar. So it isn't if I have this bowl of ice cream, I'll gain weight. It's if I have this bowl of ice cream, it'll throw my whole body out of whack. Is it worth it? So shifting your perspective may help you if you're looking to get healthier. And notice how I say healthier and not lose weight, because weight doesn't necessarily indicate how healthy you are. It's a shame that eating junk food's main consequence is gaining weight, when really our perspective needs to change to be, is what I'm eating considered actual food and does it have nutritional value? And then when we do treat ourselves, it's just that, a once in a while treat. My last reason I think I lost weight is around the time the pounds really started coming off is when I got my Nalgene water bottle to help me drink more water. So ever since then, I don't go anywhere without my Nalgene, and I drink about 2 bottles worth a day. It sounds silly, but having this physical object to remind you to drink water really helps. Drinking water helps your body flush out toxins and let go of excess water weight, so I think that really helped me. Before we leave each other today, I'd also like to mention this quick tip. It's not necessarily weight related, but it really did help me. So I used to get bloated all the time. I'm talking every day, and it was so uncomfortable, and I just thought that that's just the way my body was. But then I was watching a video from Valeria Lipovetsky. You know I love her. And she mentioned how a lot of people don't chew their food properly, so their digestive system has to work extra hard, leading to excess gas and bloat. My mind was blown. So ever since then, I've been more conscientious of the way I chew my food and make sure to chew thoroughly. And lo and behold, I rarely get bloated anymore. So if you get bloated regularly, I hope that tip helps you. So I shared what happened to me and what I want you to take away from it, but here's the biggest thing I learned. Self-love can only ever start from the inside. When I was at my heaviest and my most insecure, I would always tell myself, if only I was 120 pounds, that's my goal, then I'll be happy. And I'm under that, and I still look in the mirror and sometimes find faults with my body. You could change everything you think is wrong with you, but if your head and heart aren't in the right place, you'll never be happy. I'm continuing to work on being healthy and eating proper foods, but I'm working equally as hard on changing the way I think of myself and the way my inner voice talks about myself. So that is all I have for you today. This topic is such a sensitive one, and I really tried my best to go about it in a healthy, positive way and to help people. As always, if you like this video, please give it a like, and if you'd like to see more, please subscribe, and I will see you in another video. Bye, guys.